Alright, you guys, my name is Matt, and today we're going to be doing a Call of Duty ranking list from Call of Duty 4 all the way to Black Ops 4. So, hopefully, this will be entertaining, interesting. I've been doing a lot of thinking about this, rewriting lists, trying to, really try to come up with what I want to do with it before just sitting down and doing it for the sake of a video. I've never done one of these kind of things before. I think it is a pretty cool site. I guess you could do all sorts of different list making and ranking things. So if this does well, if this is interesting, I could probably think of other lists I want to make as well for different things. That should be pretty cool. So haven't done this, but I put all the games in order to make it a little bit easier to kind of visualize for me what came when. So, of course, I have to throw a disclaimer. This is my own opinion. This is my experience, my time played with all of these games. And so, naturally, my opinion is going to be a little different from yours, most likely. But there's nothing wrong with that. And, this is just my experience, my time played, and the amount of fun I had. And, I initially wanted to go through like every single reason why and spend like 5 minutes talking about every game and why I'm putting it where I am. But I was like probably like 20 minutes into a video doing that, and I got up to Black Ops 2, and I was just like, I can't do this anymore. Nobody's gonna watch this. So I'm just gonna quickly go through my thought process of some of the games, but I'm not gonna go into ridiculous details about all the maps I liked or what weapons stood out, anything like that. I'm not going to go that in depth because it just took forever, and here I am redoing this, so it'll be shorter. So we're going to go in order this time. I tried to go in the order in which I got the games and played the games, but that was a nightmare. All right, so we're going to start here with COD 4. I'm going to start with the early ones and work my way up. COD 4 obviously is the original OG, multiplayer Call of Duty game that really took off to a whole new level of customization, of creator class, of perks, and some really stellar maps, night vision goggles, really, really good frag grenades, looking at you, frag times 3, and danger close combined. With an RPG is taking the place of your first perk, so you can be the explosive demolition guy we all know and love. So yes, COD 4 started so many great things for multiplayer, and that is why it's going to go in the A category. I don't know what all of these stand for. I've been looking at it for 5 minutes now, just thinking like the super special category, the special category, the awesome category, the brilliant category, the classic category, and then La Basura. I have no idea. I don't even know what I would change them to. The best of the best, the okay, the subpar, the ridiculous, and the trash. I don't know. I guess automatically what I'll do is I'll put the one game that I haven't played. I played it once at my friend's house. I think we were playing split screen or something just against each other. I don't own it. It's the only one I don't own. I haven't played, but I've heard so many garbage things about it. I don't think I will ever play it unless it came out for free and I downloaded it and screwed around with it for the hell of it. But since I haven't touched this one, that's just going in the trash pile right off the bat. I don't want to waste time on that when I'm looking at it. So all these other ones I played extensively, so we're going to have a good time discussing these. Alright, so next we have my first ever Call of Duty game, World at War. World at War was really fun. The campaign was historical. It was nitty gritty. It was my introduction to a real shooter game. Before that, I was just rocking out on Star Wars Battlefront 2. I know you're laughing, but it's true. Star Wars Battlefront 2 on the PlayStation 2. That was a lot of fun. And the first one. I had the first one too. I played that. Yeah, so this is my first real introduction to a shooter game and Xbox and Call of Duty and Xbox Live and map pack DLCs. All of this totally new to me. as like a 10, 11-year-old, whatever I was. And so much fun. Actually, I was like 13 or whatever. But anyway, so first Call of Duty game, first Xbox game, however I look at it, pure nostalgia. Pure nostalgia. Um, like I said, the campaign was really a really good war story. The gore was on the walls, just murdering people with shotguns and things. I mean, just insane. Um, Zombies was the first. Nobody was expecting to spawn it into Knockdown Toten after beating the campaign. You put up the Russian flag over Germany. You just won the war, and then the next thing you know, you're in a abandoned house with zombies breaking down the door right in front of you. It was like mind shocking the first time. You spawn in there and you have no idea what's going on, what to do. You just have this gun in your hand. You're like, oh, okay, I have a pistol. Let me try shooting them. And the next thing you know, you get to wave like two and you die. So yes, the beginning of Zombies, Reese, obviously the best World of War map. Rucked was fun, but ridiculously hard. Shino, I never was any good at. The random perk spawning just ruined everything for me. Never got into that too much. But yes, another innovator. It took everything COD 4 did, with create a class and things and weapon balance, and took it to a whole new level. And the maps were really fun too. So with that being said, World at War is going to go in the S category. That's really up there for me. Modern Warfare 2 Modern Warfare 2 is going to go in the A category. I've spent a lot of time on it, but at the end of the day, I was hacked, just like I was in World at War. I forgot to mention I was actually hacked in World at War in a zombies game on Knockdown Toten. I was level like 33 or something, I believe, when I started the match, and then by the time I left the match, or got kicked from the match, I was level 65, 10 prestige, which is known as Commander in that game, and it's the max rank and max prestige, and I did nothing to deserve it. I did not want that to happen. I did not even know what was happening. This font was coming up on my screen. It said you've been promoted something, Commander, 65, 10 prestige. I had no idea what was going on. So I never really got to play that game in terms of multiplayer, to unlock things normally and play normally, the progression. I should have. So that was frustrating. By the time I figured out what the hell had happened, I guess I was already in NW2 when my lobbies were huge and JTAG Xboxes and whatever else. Everyone was doing it. So I got an unmodded lobby in Modern Warfare 2 as well. So another game, it didn't unlock all the attachments for me though. So that didn't happen, but all the challenges and everything was already unlocked. So whatever. The game was still fun, but I do wish I had been able to unlock things the right way. Of course, backup missions were a lot of fun. Campaign, of course, continuing on, phenomenal. And, no Russian. Need I say more? So, moving on to the next game, Black Ops 1. This was the first Call of Duty I ever pre-ordered. And I'm probably going to blow your minds with this. But I like it a lot. Maybe I'm not going to blow your mind with it. I mean, it's a pretty good game. There were a lot of inconsistencies with this game. Most notably, I don't think anyone will ever try to argue weapon balance. Weapon balance was beyond cringy. Everybody knows that. At least I like to think everybody knows that, because it was really, really bad. But yes, other than the bad weapon balance, which really affected zombies and a lot of other things as well, a lot of the maps were fairly fun. And, the campaign, it's a totally different setting, totally different enemies, different mission, different people, and of course, the numbers, Mason. What do they mean? How could you ever forget, right? So I do like that game a lot. I like some of the maps. I like a lot of the guns. Everyone always loved the FAL. No, I was not good with the FAL. Give me the M14. Put a grip on it. Boom. Headshot machine. That's it. But of course, in the wake of AK-74U rapid fire and FAMASs and AUGs and Galils, well, kind of got a little outclassed a bit. But still, a fun game overall. Great zombies maps, Ascension, need I say more? That's probably my favorite zombies map of all time. Um, yeah, really good game. Love it. But my all-time favorite out of everyone on this list, again, Modern Warfare is not on this, and I have never played Infinite Warfare, so that's in the trash bin. Modern Warfare 3, top of the pack for me. Shocking, I'm sure, I know, but that's how it is. Not so much for the campaign. Obviously, the campaign, the storyline, continuing that yet again. Nothing wrong with it, per se. But the Spec Ops missions, a lot more of them. And of course, everyone's favorite, survival. How can you forget survival, right? So, yeah, survival. So much fun. Being able to pick whatever weapon you want out of the box as you unlock them. Being able to spawn pred missiles. And most importantly, the biggest thing that I remember thinking right away, being able to share points with your team. Who would think that that would be such a useful thing to do, but yet in zombies you never could. And it was a death sentence sometimes because you need 500 more points to open the door and you didn't have it. And you had no ammo. So yeah, sharing points was incredibly useful. I know I was a level 50 long before my friends were, or if they ever got that far, I don't remember. But I leveled up, all the way to the max level for survival, and I had sleight of hand, which is the last thing you unlock as a perk. So I would buy sleight of hand on round like 3, and my friends would use it, and then I'd buy it again for myself later on, and then I'd have it. So we're basically, unstoppable. Such a silly little thing, but zombies never had that ability. And to my knowledge, it never has had that ability, which is so stupid. So that's one thing for survival right there. Being able to share points and survive as an actual team instead of just, you're on your own. You don't have enough points to survive. You don't have ammo. You can't open a door to get away from the zombies. Oh well. That's not a very conductive, way to play a competitive but co-op game. So I never liked that idea, not being able to share points. It's silly. But anyway, survival has that going for it for sure. Lots of fun with friends and on your own. And of course, the multiplayer, the specialist abilities, very, very useful. They've never really revisited that idea other than in Ghost, but it was not the same. It didn't work out. It didn't feel the same. If it was really that similar to NW3, it didn't feel it. And so I never used it much. And of course, the PP90, my favorite gun. Probably my favorite gun in any Call of Duty ever, period, no matter what. Give me a PP90, my gold camo. I'm 8th prestige, I believe, in MW3 at this point. I have more time logged in that game than any other. And, yeah, that PP90. I get a gold every prestige. How could you not? It's so fun. But that's enough about MW3. Next, we're going to move on to Black Ops 2 in just a second. Okay, I guess we're not. Alright, fine. No pausing for me, no drinks for me. That's awkward. Alright, next to what most people would say is their favorite Call of Duty of all time, Black Ops 2. Hate to tell you, not very high on my list. Sure, I have some fair amount of gameplay in it. Sure, I have a lot of DLC, camos, and things, but I was not nearly as good at this game and really put the effort into this game that a lot of other people have. I was not a DSR 50 quickscoping buffoon like most people are. I was not an LMG target finder. buffoon in the back of Nuketown, spraying, getting VTOLs and things. 20,000 kill streaks with it without having to move. That's so stupid. So yes, I was still a running gunner with this game. That kind of thing. But there were some things I liked. The pick 10 system. This was the first time that was used. That was a lot of fun. Because people like me, sometimes I like to literally just delete my primary weapon and run around with my TAC 45 or a Cat 40, and have a TAC knife and a suppressor and extended mags on it, and just run around and have some sort of stealthy pistol, and throwing knife class. I just enjoyed that. And I had some decent gameplay using a knife only class with, like 85 perks and 2 throwing knives. um, that was a lot of fun. What can I say? That's how I made it interesting for myself. Was doing things like that and having just weird classes and being able to just delete whatever I don't want. Speaking of creating classes, also, the only Call of Duty game, unless Infinite Warfare happened to do it, which I don't think, being able to pick what creator class, what class you want, what weapons you want in your creator class for the campaign. That was such a cool idea. And I don't understand how they've never gone back to do that again. I mean, sure, it must take more work, but I would think that would be worth it. I mean, that was a really, really fun time. Sometimes I would just pick a Barrett or a sniper just to have fun, or go on a shotgun and carry that as a secondary, just in case, things got close. Yeah, that was a really, really cool thing. I don't remember how many people remember that they did that, but they did that. Treyarch really did that. You could pick whatever you wanted. Not whatever you wanted, but, from a wide range of guns. And as you beat the campaign, more and more of it, you would unlock more and more weapons to pick from, which is really cool. So sadly, they never did that feature again, to my knowledge, but it did stand out for this game. And of course, some of the zombie maps are fun. Mob of the Dead was a lot of fun. Nuketown 2025 was meh. Running in circles, it felt like I was on a NASCAR track instead of a Nuketown. Driving in circles, running in circles, whatever. Yeah, some of the maps are pretty cool. But that's about it for Black Ops 2 for me. Not too much to say. Similarly, for Ghost, also not too much to say. Clearly, Ghost goes down in the B category. It's really nobody's favorite. I was happy that they brought back the PP90, some familiar weapons, but the dynamic maps thing, that didn't really live up so much. That didn't really matter all that much, which is sad because it could have been pretty cool, but it really wasn't. You have one bus hanging over a ledge that would fall if you stood on it in it for too long. Okay, that's cool for about 2 seconds. What about the rest of the map blowing up? The map that flooded, or I remember they had some. They had the high rise, the free fall one. That I think was a DLC for the very beginning. Okay, that was kind of cool, but again, they hyped it up and it really didn't matter all that much. Ghost, the campaign was stupid. I mean, there's nothing to it really. Yeah, Extinction. I probably played like 5 games of Extinction in my entire life. Couldn't get into it. Died right away, whatever it was, and just no idea what I'm doing on that. So that doesn't count as a good feature for me in terms of the rating. Nothing redeeming about that. Black Ops 3. I'm going to come back to Black Ops 3. Reason being, that's actually, until Modern Warfare came out last week. Week from tomorrow, actually. That was actually the most recent Call of Duty I bought. Black Ops 3 was. I realized it was the only one I didn't have other than Infinite Warfare, and of course, naturally, I'm not paying for Infinite Warfare. I had heard good things about Black Ops 3. Yes, it has the wall running and things, which is I'm certainly not really a big fan of. But it's still good. I had some really cool sniper gameplay. I got a recording of that on the Xbox. That was fun. But yeah, just trying to think. Like mostly, I voted for zombies, honestly, and the campaign to try, which was just a mind fuck, as I'm sure most people know by now. Yeah, but the zombies Chronicle maps, a lot of fun to be able to go back and play Ascension with the gobble gums and the perk machines, and that's a lot of fun. Um, so I'm gonna put it with Ghost. It's pretty good, but I haven't had enough time to play it to really see how well it ranks against these other games that are way up here. Now, this one I'm sure will surprise you. World War II. I heard that they revamped everything in the multiplayer. They do so many complaints and things. They really went back and redid it. Um, this is actually going to be, in my eyes, it's either S or A. I mean, really, it's. I do have a lot of fun on this game, and I do actually still play this game pretty regularly. At least I was before Modern Warfare came out. Um, I mean, fuck it. I'm gonna put it. I'm gonna put it in an A for now. I might change my mind if I think about it more. Um, but this game, again, it's a return to the World War II, theme, weapons and whatnot, which is pretty fun, I guess. But yeah, there were several things that were goofy about the game. At least until it seems that they fixed a lot of it. So that's pretty cool that they went back and kind of looked at what everything and what we were saying as community of players and said, well, maybe we can fix some of this. Sniping is a lot of fun in that game. Some of the guns are pretty fun. But I'm not level a million or anything on that. I haven't any prestige in that game. So, can't really say too much about it, but from what I play of it, it's a lot of fun. The campaign was pretty good. A typical war story kind of thing, but I thought it was a good story overall. I enjoyed playing it. Um, Zombies was really cool. Nobody seemed to like it, but I thought it was pretty cool. What they took their own spin on it, and for me, having David Draymond, David Draymond, oh god no, David Tennant, the Scottish David Tennant from Doctor Who, walking around talking like this, like a Scottish man, not David Draymond, David Tennant, right? Doctor Who. Yes, having David Tennant in all of his Scottish glory, phenomenal. Only character I'll ever play as, because why play as anyone else? um, so that's him. I do like the zombies. The maps are actually pretty cool. It was a very different feel, different characters. All of it obviously was very different, um, but yes, him as a character, not David Draymond. Very good. Last but not least, well, these last two are actually going in the same category, so screw it. I'll just put them here now. Alright, so Advanced Warfare, the beginning of the flying, super jumping, moon suit, whatever fucking thing, exosuit, whatever. One word. No. No. Not fun. How can you shoot somebody that just jumps in the air and dodges all your bullets? Or, I'm sorry, my EMI laser rifle thing. Are you kidding me? A laser rifle in Call of Duty. It wasn't even fun to use. And it just felt stupid to be killed by it because you just felt like you were being melted to death. Very stupid. Very stupid. And the jumping around thing, dodging people and not being able to kill anybody or snipe anybody because they just jump in the air and dodge you, that got old in about 2 seconds. Yeah, like I don't remember anything about that game being redeeming. I had no fun in that game whatsoever. Really, like none. I haven't touched that or seen that in so long. I couldn't even really remember details about what was in that game. Other than that, no exosuit movements. No jumping around, diving, and sliding, and super jumping out of the way. No, so stupid. It makes it so hard to kill anybody. So big no on Advanced Warfare. Advanced Disappointment is what it should have been called. And then, of course, the, formerly most recent game until last week, Black Ops 4. Haven't played all that much of it. I mean, I'm a decent rank in it, but I haven't even prestige in that either. So basically, I'm still pretty new. No. Not a lot of fun in this game either. The zombies this is the most laughable fucking thing ever. Okay, and I'm a huge Titanic nerd. Okay, I started studying the Titanic in third grade. I saw the movie. I just became obsessed about this goofy ship. I learned all about it, all about the stats, how many people lived, how many people died, where it went, where it was coming, going to, where it was coming from. Cherbourg, France, and London and Belfast, all these things. Just super nerd, right? And I still remember these things for some reason, all these years later. So naturally, the idea of playing zombies on a Titanic, it seemed cool enough. It was kind of cool the first few times I played it, but it was also really silly. The characters, nobody gives a damn about the characters. Give me Tank, give me Nikolai, give me Dempsey, and Richtofen. I don't care about any of their characters. Never have. Other than David Tennant. But he's not in Treyarch Zombie, so he doesn't count. Oh yeah, Advanced Warfare. Advanced Warfare had the Exo Zombies. That was fun for about a minute too. No. Back to Black Ops 4. Yeah, like I said, I mean the campaign was okay, I guess. But all the specialists again, not really. That's not really that fun. I play as battery on. I play as battery on Black Ops 3 and Black Ops 4. The only one I touch. The only one I've ever played as. The only one I ever care about. She's got the grenade launcher and the sticky grenade in Black Ops 4. The War Machine. Can't go wrong with that. That's it. That's the only one I play as. That's my cheat. That's my secret. Like I said, I'm not prestige in any of the later games, so I really can't say I put a lot of time into it necessarily. But not enjoyable. Really isn't. Not just me. So this was my opinion of the Call of Duty rankings. You can see it's somewhat fair divided. But yeah, ultimately, that's where I stand. If you guys have different opinions about this, want to make your own one of these, you could definitely link it as a reply video or just list it in the comments. I'd be really interested to see that. And it's been a long enough video, I think, so I'm going to let you guys go now. And next video, who knows? You have any ideas? Give me some, please. And until then, I'll see you in the next video.